Good morning. Good morning. Show and tell. Oops, wrong side. I got my book yesterday and I can't wait to dig into it later on today. It's called Breath, The New Science of a Lost Art by James Nestor. And it was published in 2020, ironically, fortuitously, coincidentally, whatever. I saw him in an interview with Russell Brand that Yana had tagged me in and ordered the book from Booklore in Orangeville. They had a copy in the store, so if you're local and you want to dig into this, fantastic book. So good morning. It's a crisp morning. Happy Holy Good Friday morning for those of you who are celebrating today and honoring the day. Our son did come home yesterday morning, had a very, very full day yesterday, had dad at the dentist yesterday, so I really enjoyed sitting in the waiting room waiting for him. He was in the chair for about an hour and a half, poor dad. But it was just so nice to interact with people and have some conversations, and I even started talking about this. And yeah, it was just nice to spread some cheer around. And yes, I had some oils on. So this book, I finished it yesterday, reading it at the doctor's office, and I know it seems like I'm so hung up on this, and yes, it's still all about Reiki, it's still about the essential oils, it's still about all the things, but my focus, good morning Louise, my focus has certainly been on breath work and realizing how important it is. And just as a reminder, if you think this is some new age or way out concept, this whole thing about holding your breath or breathing, this has been around for centuries. Plus, it's something that we do every day. We don't even think about it. And so many people, anybody who's ever taken a yoga class or learned about it, it's, so many people only use the top part of their lungs for breathing. They don't get that shallow dive, that deep dive. So I invite you to just lay down on your back and put your hands on your chest or put your hands on your belly, one on your chest and one on your belly, and just breathe the way you normally do. And are you seeing the hand that's on your belly rising and moving at all? It means you're not breathing into that area. So, and it's really important for so many things. Even just getting rid of help. Our body is constantly expelling things. It's constantly getting rid of the CO2. It's constantly expelling through our air. Yes, it's expelling viruses. It's expelling toxins, things that we breathe in that our body processes. That's why we have liver and kidneys, and we expel them with our breath as well. So when you take deep breaths, you're really getting all that stuff out as well. And certainly with the Wim Hof method, a lot of it is the control, the resilience. There's a lot of physical benefits to it. Oxygenating your breath. I mean, I'm holding my breath between 2 and 2.5 minutes every morning, and I know that my lungs feel clear and strong, and it's just that whole resilience. Breath. Okay, I'll watch that. Thank you, Louise. But I wanted to read a quote from this. Yesterday, I talked about just being inspired, and I mentioned a few things. And my dearest friend, fellow medical Reiki master Joanna, who lives in Dubai at the moment, commented that our breath is the bridge from the physical to the spirit, and that's so true. It's when we go within, when you're breathing consciously, this shuts off. And that is something that I started doing yoga for years and years ago with a bunch of girlfriends. I thought it was going to be to stretch my body during the winter months when I'm not working as much in the gardens and such. And it turned out to be the gateway to Reiki for me, because I learned how to shut this off and work more out of here and just be physically aware of my body. I'd like to read this quote from Wim's book. He writes, "We've developed the ability to launch rockets and people to the moon, but we're not able to maintain our own happiness, strength, and health. How poor we truly are, how little we control. Are you in command? Are you living up to the light in your soul? Are you making sense to yourself? No? Well, the spiritual state of your mind is right here. The soul too. Breathe. Relax into the cold. Get the blood and electricity flowing. Feel it. Understand it beyond words. Know. The spirit is inside of you. Just open up to it and direct its light to others. That's love. Wim Hof. An amazing read. If you can afford $33.99 plus HST in Canada, it's an incredible read. It is so inspirational. He actually quoted, so this morning's Facebook story for me was, I aspire to inspire before I expire. And in the book, on the same page, I've highlighted it. Inspiration means to breathe in. In Latin, inspirare, spirit, life. I am just so grateful that I have been, at the right time. I see the right things, I hear the right things, and then I can explore them and move forward. And as I've said several times, life is about expansion. We are meant to be constantly growing and evolving and changing and adapting. And so he writes on the cover of his book, I'm going to read this. I want you to ignite your awe of your body, your mind, and your beautiful humanity. I invite you to witness your own being blossoming, to push past conditioning. This method is accessible to all. And when you read this book, he talks about people in their 70s who have chronic pain. A gentleman who had Lyme disease, who walked up Mount Kilimanjaro with him. These are not super genetic freaks. These are everyday normal people. I never thought 2 years ago that I would be able to, on my own, without paying a dime, be able to lose 40 pounds just by believing in myself, by doing something called intermittent and extended fasting, all of those things. Certainly the oils and the Reiki have helped me get well. But this breath work, oh my goodness, to enjoy the pond plunges and to go within. There's a skim of ice on the pond this morning, but I'm going to go in this afternoon. I have a few things to do today, but I'm going in this afternoon. Next week's going to be a beautiful week. So if you're interested in experiencing it, start getting ready now. Do some cold showers, 20 seconds of cold water, ice cold water. And you can do it at the start or you can do it at the beginning. Wim talks about the benefits of cold water and hot water, flipping it over, depending on what kind of effect you want physically, but certainly for the resilience and the cardiovascular health, cold water is amazingly, it helps your body strengthen. And you have to be smart. I started swimming. I've done 2 lengths a few days ago in the pond, and I realized that I'm chilling my body, because when I'm swimming, yes, it's meditative in the way I'm breathing, but I'm not really focusing on what I want to be focusing on when I'm in extreme cold. So I think from now on, until the water does warm up a little bit, I will just be doing the cold water immersions in the pond. So, what inspires you? What kind of state are you in mentally, physically, and emotionally? Certainly we need to work on our physical bodies first. Always. That's always the first thing we notice. When we get out of bed, we're not thinking about our mindset quite often. We're thinking about, how does my body feel? Is there some tension? Is anything achy? Is my stomach good? All of those things. And then we start thinking about our feelings, our mental state. And then, especially because I do my, it doesn't take a long time, find yourself a 10-minute meditation every morning and just sit with it after you're done. And then ideally do some Wim Hof breathing. And then I check in with my spiritual state and see how I'm doing and make sure I'm grounded. And I guarantee you 21 days of doing even a 5-minute meditation, doing 11 minutes of guided Wim Hof breathing, really will set the tone for your day much differently. This is why I am how I am. It helps you expand your horizons in a metaphysical way, maybe philosophical way, maybe. I know certainly physically it's beneficial, but it just makes me feel so much more alive. And that's why my platform that I have off of Facebook is called Embrace Your Life, because that's what I do. Life is a gift. We are here to live it, to enjoy it, to live with passion, to share with other people, to open our hearts. And yesterday I had a very difficult conversation with somebody that I love very much. And we came to a realization that we have very different viewpoints on very important things right now. And at the end of our conversation, I told her that I will always love her. My heart will always be open for her. And that's what it is. We all have to do what we feel comfortable doing. and honor our beliefs. Yeah, I love you all. Thank you for watching. If you would like to join our Embrace Your Life platform, if you'd like to have deeper conversations about what's happening, you can join Real Living. Just let me know if you want to learn more about the Wim Hof method. Now, I do have a tentative date of May, I believe it's 17th on a Saturday or Sunday, I'm not sure. It's a weekend in May to do a Wim Hof breathwork exercise and some cold immersion. All of that, of course, the instructor has agreed to come. But given all of the things that are being thrown around right now with what we can and can't do, we may have to adapt how we do that class. So if you are interested, worry not. We're still going to make it happen one way or another. All right. Have a wonderful, beautiful day, a blessed Friday. Get out there and do something that inspires you, that makes you feel alive today. Here in Ontario, it's sunny. Get some sunshine, some vitamin D. Love you all. Thank you. Bye.